further north. We're following all the traffic, highway patrol, our Department of Transportation. We're making sure all of our evacuation routes are open. But the big thing is, if you're going to evacuate, do it as early as possible, because the later you do this, the more traffic you're going to run into. But you can go to shelters. We have them in every county to keep safe.
Florida Governor Rick Scott getting ready for Hurricane Irma, talking to Sean Hannity on Fox last night. The issue turned to food and medicines and supplies for Floridians. Explain what you are advising people, because you've actually lifted regulations to bring in more gasoline so people can travel to the safer parts of the state. And also, what about food, medicine, supplies, and things like that?
Starting with food, and water. We are working with the retailers to make sure we have enough food and water. If a retailer gets out, they're replenishing quickly. The fuel, we talked about that. We do have some outages. We do have some lines. We do have some people waiting, but we're getting more fuel. The federal government has waived a lot of regulations to help us in that regard. With regard to medicine, I've allowed people to get the medicines early. 2 days ago, I stopped all the tolls in the state to make it easier for people to get through when we do. You don't get slowed down by the tolls. We're doing everything we can. FEMA is pre-positioned assets. I've pre-positioned assets. Our utilities are very focused on pre-positioning people to get our power back up as quickly as possible.
Governor Rick Scott of Florida talking Hurricane Irma on Fox News last night. Anchor Sean Hannity asked Governor Scott if he, the governor, has spoken to President Trump. Governor, have you spoken to the president?
Spoken to the president multiple times over the weekend and this week. I've spoken to the vice president. I've spoken with, seems like, almost every cabinet member up there, as I've called to ask for support. They're doing the things I've asked for. The president says he really cares about this state. I know he does. So I appreciate everybody's help. I've had a lot of calls from governors from around the country that have called and offered support and sent support. I'm appreciative of everything we're doing. I want everybody in my state to stay safe and survive this. We'll rebuild your home. We'll rebuild your possessions. We can't rebuild your life or your family, so stay safe.
That's Governor Scott of Florida. Interesting what he says there, which is something you kind of learned firsthand over the Labor Day weekend, dealing with the Latuna Canyon fire right here at home in Los Angeles that you were dealing with on behalf of your dad, who owns a house there. He was out of town for the weekend.
Right.
When you filled the car, and you did this because you're evacuating and you're getting precious items, you do have that thought. The house can be rebuilt.
Right.
Mementos will be lost but never forgotten.